Have you ever felt lost in your GIS career? Maybe you've asked yourself, do I do web mapping? Do I go into data analysis? Do I go into remote sensing? Do I go into mapping? Or maybe you've tried to learn Python, maybe Reflect, R, cloud, data engine, data processing, all at once and ended up more confused than before. So basically, you're not alone. I've been there too, and in today's video, I will talk about how to cut through the fog and find clarity as a geospatial professional. So stick around because I'll be able to share some real examples of that I've learned along the way. So the geospatial industry is exciting but overwhelming. New tools are launching every time. Every month we have a new platform or a new library that is coming out. Every month we have a new topic that has been discovered or that is in research. We have new tools, we have new buzzwords, we have new products that are coming along. So all these dominate the conversations and the career paths look like a spider web instead of just a straight road. That creates a lot of fog to most of us. And in most cases, you want to grow, but the direction isn't clear. And without clarity, it's easy to freeze or to stagnate over the years. So I remember a time when I did do a lot of research on the ultimate roadmap for success in the GIS career. And guess what? You do a lot of research, but after some time, you're even so confused because you even start wondering what or where do you start. And whatever path that you seem to start or to think about, it seems to be very interconnected or very intertwined with other sections, and it ends up into confusion. So what's the solution, or how do we deal with this? Here's the truth. Clarity doesn't magically appear, and it's built through small choices, through small conversations, through actions, and I'll share 5 ways in which you can find clarity and avoid the fog or the fog within the industry. So this is what you can do, and this is what I've done, and I'm hoping it will be of help to anyone who is following along. So basically, I would go with the first one, which is basically choose one direction, not many. So I used to think that I had to learn everything. You jump from one QGIS tutorial to another, one Python tutorial to another. You check drone mapping, you even look at remote sensing, but clarity basically never comes in such hopping from one section to another. It needs a streamlined or clarity in terms of learning and in terms of absorbing the required knowledge within the industry. I used to think that learning everything is basically fun, or it would actually help someone into this career. But eventually hopping from one QGIS tutorial to another, one exercise to another, going into Python, going to R, going to many remote sensing tools, of course, brought a lot of fog. And eventually, when I decided to actually have a plan, for me, I chose the web GIS element of things. And from that, I was able to find clarity, and I'm able to actually articulate what I wanted within the industry. And I'm able to actually follow what the career path that I need, what I need to learn after the other, and in that order, the clarity came along the way, and I was able to actually connect the dots over the years. So it wasn't a perfect way of doing things, but eventually I was able to fine tune that, and I was able to actually come up or have a plan. Number 2, I would say basically talk it out. Of course, we have so much in us. We have so much that we basically keep to ourselves. And one of the things that I've realized in this industry is that when you have a conversation with a fellow colleague or a mentor or a friend, you come to realize that you are not actually the only one who's stuck. So almost everyone is into this or has been into this. When you talk it out with a friend or a group or a community, you'll be able to get clarity that there are so many people that are also facing the same problems. And from that, you're able to discuss a solution out, and eventually you're able to get a way forward with your issues, and you're able to actually share your problems or your worries or your fears, and they'll find someone who will, of course, give you a hint on how you can chant your way forward. So join GIS communities, join those mentorship programs, look at the different groups on the different socials. It will be WhatsApp, it will be Facebook, it will be X, it will be LinkedIn. Always look for these groups, share your ideas or share your worries or your questions, and you find people answering to your questions, and you're able to get the clarity on how you need to move forward. The number 3 is zoom out. Of course, when you zoom, for example, when you zoom a map, you zoom out on a map, of course, you see a lot of noise. Yeah. So this looks very messy when you zoom out because everything becomes so unclear. And of course, everyone has had this moment where you have a lot of noise going on within your, I don't want to say your life, but mostly within the career. And you are drowning into a lot of endless tutorials, videos, guides, documentation that of course will end up confusing you further. So you pause and ask yourself, what is this noise that I need to cut? And eventually you'll be able to come up with a way forward, reduce the noise, be able to cut through the noise, and come up with a way forward what you need to follow. Number 4 is that clarity loves action, and clarity loves action basically comes in this sense. So it could be the biggest myth, but of course there's a popular saying that the secret to getting ahead is getting started, but you need to get started in a clear way or in a clear form. So once you are clear, there are so many people I've met out there that you find, for example, they say that when I fully understand this concept, I'll start on it. Or if I achieve this, I'll start on this. But that eventually comes into procrastination, and a lot of time, a lot of days are lost. But that myth of once I understand, I'll be able to start, you need to start with clarity. And once you have the clarity, start building. So one of the earliest projects I remember, I had a lot of fears because, of course, you have a lot of issues understanding or knowing that maybe whatever you're going to tell people, probably they'll ask a lot of questions or they see you as if you don't understand what you're saying. And eventually one day when I was able to sit down and organize myself and I recorded some tutorials, it became one of the most successful projects that I've had in my career. Or online basically. So getting a computer, recording those sessions, explaining whatever is going on there has been actually the most viewed playlist when it comes to YouTube, and that has been a success over the years and has actually helped me a lot in terms of the industry, getting jobs and getting the different gigs. So you don't wait until you understand everything, just start, and then the clarity will of course follow you along the way. The number 5 is basically mental hygiene matters. Of course, if you are not well mentally in terms of understanding what you need to achieve, of course the fog is a lot, and in most cases I usually say the fog probably isn't professional, it's personal. So once you hit that burnout phase, once you hit that basically you are not moving or nothing is making sense, you basically need to actually clear yourself mentally, be able to understand or create what we call the mental fortitude for you to move forward and be able to actually tackle things hands-on. So you need to do something. You can distract yourself, take long walks, long drives, go to a forest, go to the ocean, take a swim, whatever you do to clear your mental aspects. Just do that and you'll be able to stay laser focused and you'll be able to actually achieve what you need to. So let me give you a real examples. When I chose basically the web GIS as my focus back in the day, I would work on many small projects, and then I would actually hover into some of these competitions back in campus where you'd find there was maybe a boot camp or there is a competition. And interestingly, I remember one of the competitions, I became number 3. And that's when I realized, okay, so guys actually need this solution. But remember, those weren't my clients. Those were just guys cheering me up within my career. And over time, I was able to actually pitch those ideas to some guys in the industry. And one of them actually took up their idea. and the rest is history. So you've done a lot of things over the time, thinking that it's small, but to someone else it's quite a big thing. So of course there's that aspect of being able to understand the industry, be able to understand who you are focusing, and be able to actually move with purpose or move with clarity. And of course you'll be able to actually achieve what you've planned or you've set out to do. Okay, one thing I want you to remember is that a fog or clarity isn't basically a one-time achievement. It's a practice. So every day when you wake up, whenever you are working on something, remember that the clarity, every day is a learning day. So of course you'll be able to fine-tune what you define as clarity for you, and the path will seem a bit easier and more rewarding as you go forward with clarity, and you'll be able to actually achieve more in the industry. So if this video has helped you, check out on others that I've done within this topic. I've also been able to record a number of videos around the different trade topics. So be able to get that, and you can share with your networks for knowledge. And I link them here, right here on the on this video, and you'll be able to share. And hey, if you're feeling lost, don't just keep quiet or don't remain silent. Comment down below here, and I'm hoping we'll be able to help, or you'll be able to find a solution to your worries from this source, and you'll be able to move forward within your career. And I wish you the best, and until next time, peace.